Ostia, former police director in court, helped a betting room businessman tied to the Spada family. The ex-executive of the Ostia, Antonio Franco, and 7 others, including Mauro Carfagna, manager of some of Lido's wagers, returned to court. While on the coast was consumed the war between a clan that sowed blood from the 90s and killed dead in the streets of the ex-town hall, he, the policeman sent to nail Naughty and Malevitus, accused, covered the presence of Ottavio Spada in the hall's slot of the entrepreneur friend and facilitated the interests of the latter by helping him out of control in his premises. To determine the referral to the trial guru Anna Maria Gavoni, who received the requests advanced by the deputy prosecutor Mario Palazzi. Franco, aged 55, in Ostia since 2009, had ended up in house arrest in July 2016. He is accused of corruption, disclosure of office secrecy, suppression of acts, falsehoods and false declarations at the PM, violation of the Code of Protection of Personal Data. Instead of monitoring, according to his investigations coordinated by the attorney-in-law Michele Prestipino, he would have favored the interests of the corrupt Mauro Carfagna, class 1975, administrator of some companies, Star Games, Lucky Break and Star Vegas. Imminent checks on the premises, spending on getting him administrative practices, suggesting how to behave in order to avoid trouble. In particular, Franco, haunted by the slots, is the 4th time he goes to play €500 a Spada, transcribing the agents of the mobile team in the interception, to which many would see him playing. He would have worked so that Ottavio Sword, grandson of Boss Carmen, known as Romuletto, and Roberto, the boxer who headed Nemo's Reporter, now in prison for extortion-related casualties, among the betters of Carfagna. In exchange for the accusation, Franco would have benefited from the payment of the monthly rent of the rented apartment in the center of Ostia, which he used to meet a local journalist with whom he had a relationship at the time. Journalist initially investigated for false statements and whose position was instead filed. About Ottavio Spada, the JIP at the time of the arrest warrant, has no doubt, not only is it concerned with the management of the bar, inside the Star Vegas of Canary Street, NDR, but it is a sort of protector and occult member of the game halls. Among other things, Ottavio is the brother-in-law of Fabrizio Ferreri, brother of Alessio, struck by the legs of an armed commando in a recent ambush inside a Canary Street pizzeria. But it is a sort of protector and occult member of the game halls. Among other things, Ottavio is the brother-in-law of Fabrizio Ferreri, brother of Alessio, struck by the legs of an armed commando in a recent ambush inside a Canary Street pizzeria. But it is a sort of protector and occult member of the game halls. Among other things, Ottavio is the brother-in-law of Fabrizio Ferreri, brother of Alessio, struck by the legs of an armed commando in a recent ambush inside a Canary Street pizzeria. Along with Franco and Carfagna, 4 former agents of the Ostia Commissariat have been sentenced to trial. In December last year, Antonio Franco had already been sentenced to 4 years in a short time in a peculiar and fake process. The accusation was that he used a smart car assigned to the police station for personal purposes.